But it's a Rover. Yeah, but it's a GTI.
A little bit of a different one today. What I decided to do was follow up on my MPG challenge, so where I went to Hunstanton and back again just to calculate out what the MPG would be across sort of combination roads. This one, on the other hand, I'm still going to go to Tesco Extra because I suppose it's cheap, but I filled up with premium fuel. I have been filling up with premium fuel for the last 3 weeks or so, so that's pretty much all that should be in the car. And I'm going to drive it from Tesco Extra up to Colsterworth Services. Now that's around about 29-30 miles away from each other. What I'm going to do is get to the Tesco, drive from the Tesco's all the way up to Colsterworth. I'm not going to fill up there. I'm just going to come back on the loop road and then come back round to Tesco's. That's given me around about 58 to 60 mile round trip, and then top up again with said premium fuel just to see what the MPG was like on a long steady run. The goal is to maintain around about 60 to 70 miles an hour. I'm not going to be doing any aggressive driving, heating on medium. I just want to be able to see what the efficiency will be across the overall journey. So I'm sat outside my house at the moment. I'm just about to head off to Tesco's to go fill it up. So let's go fill her up and see what the MPG is like. See you in a bit. Bye. Right, I've just filled up the car with petrol. The trip, as you can see on here, is on 184.5. Like I say, it should be around about 60 mile round trip, so I'll double check the trip computer once I get back. Fuel level all the way up at the top there, which is what we like to see. So yeah, I suppose I'll hopefully show you guys some clips as I'm driving, but at the same time I'll speak to you properly, I guess, when I get back and I fill up again. See you then. Bye bye. I've just finished fueling up at the Tesco petrol station again. I'll flip the camera around so that you can see the trip computer and the fuel. So, fuel gauge back up at full. Trip computer, I'm now sitting on 234.9, which means I did a total of 49.4 or 49.5 miles, so almost 50 miles. And at the moment, looking at the receipt very quickly, I filled up 5.73 litres, so not much more than a gallon. So I have a feeling I've probably hit maybe 40 miles to the gallon, 41 miles to the gallon. When I get home, I'll work it out properly and I'll let you know, and I'll put up a map of the route that I took. It was an ever so slightly different route coming back because I would have got stuck in a little bit of a tailback because apparently there's roadworks happening on the A1. Who'd have thought? Roadworks in Britain, and on a very important road, and at a time when the roads are probably going to be busy. Hey, I don't work in planning or in traffic management, so what do I know? Still, I'll join you guys back in the office and I'll let you know what the total miles per gallon were from this wonderful little consistent trip. So see you in a minute. Bye bye.
Right, everybody, so the results are in. I've just finished my MPG challenge and that, and I'll run you through the facts and figures now. I've done the math. So total miles that I had driven was 49.4 miles, and it was from Tesco's Peterborough down the dual carriageway and then up onto the A1, followed the A1 to Colsworth Services, went round that junction and then just went straight back down the A1, back on the dual carriageway up to Tesco's and filled up the car again. I pretty much drove between 60 and 70 miles an hour the entire way. The bulk of it was pretty much bang on 70 miles. The revs, they tend to sit just above 3,000 RPM. Let's just say it was I wouldn't say it was noisy, but you could definitely tell that you were sat with the revs slightly higher, which was, that was fine. If you had to do a long journey in the car, you had to do a long journey in the car. For 25 years ago, it sounded absolutely fine, much better than an old Clio I used to have. Anyway, I filled up the car with petrol once I got there. It worked out to be 5.73 litres worth of petrol, and it was the E5 variant of it, so that premium one. When converting that amount of literage into UK gallons, it was 1.26 UK gallons. And then working out the MPG for that equated to around about 39.2 miles per gallon. So in this particular example, 39.2 miles per gallon on a steady run at 70 miles an hour using E5 petrol meant that I had a MPG increase of 2.3 miles per gallon in comparison to that trip I took to Hunstanton. However, that trip I took to Hunstanton was using E10 unleaded as opposed to the E5, and it was also a different variation of driving. And so because of that, the additional 34.1 miles to a full tank that I got by doing this steady run doesn't really mean anything, because at the end of the day, I'm not really comparing apples with apples. So what I need to do now is I've got my baseline for steady run driving, and I've got my baseline for, I suppose, mixed driving, going up to good old Sunny Honey, or not so Sunny Honey at the moment. Is I need to do the Hunstanton trip with the premium fuel, which I think will be the next one, due to the fact that I've still got nothing but premium fuel in the car, and I'm going to keep running it on that for a bit. And then I need to do that steady run using the E10 unleaded, up and back in the exact same road. What I think I'm going to do, though, is instead of making it as two separate videos, I'll just do them all together as one. And then I'll do a follow-up of the whole lot. So the 4 different types of trip that I've taken, well, the 2 different types of trip that I've taken, but the 4 different results, so that I can have a good comparison between a lot of them. What I'm also going to do, if I've got time, is I was considering going and doing that steady run again, but driving it 60 miles an hour, just because then it would keep the RPMs lower than 3,000. I presume, although it may take a little bit longer because the engine's not spinning as fast, it may be a bit more efficient, but how much more efficient? It's interesting to me doing all of this primary data research, even if it might not be interesting to everybody else, but it's good to use the same vehicle, same conditions, same type of fuel. I've got my baselines. Let's see what these changing these variables will bring about, because then it sort of does answer the question, is driving in this manner, or is using these fuels actually efficient, or should I say is less efficient? And it's also quite interesting doing it on a vehicle that's as old as what the Rover is, because modern cars have got things built into them to try and aid in efficiency and do all of these bits, whereas buying something from 25 years ago, is it actually less efficient, or how much less efficient? How less efficient is it? Good quality use of the English language there. But anyway, I've quite enjoyed making it. Got me out of the house, and I got to do a little drive up and down the road. I'm looking forward to doing a bit more driving up and down the roads and bringing back those results. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please give me a like. I'd really appreciate a sub as well. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be great, because it motivates me more to go out and do these things. Well, I say that I enjoy it anyway, but it's nice to get that sort of like, yes, we want to see more. It would also be good if you guys could put any comments down. Detail what it is you'd like to see. Is there anything else you'd like me to work out? Is there somewhere that's worthwhile me going? Should I take that car there? What should I do? It'll be nice to know your thoughts and opinions with that, and I really appreciate it. So thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope you enjoy the next few videos that I bring about and the final answers to these MPG challenges. Cheers. Bye-bye.